Hi,
We
y'all.
hear it over and over from investors. I wish I had bought Amazon or Netflix when they were first recommended by the Motley Fool.
Sorry, y'all. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to startle you with my ad coming on there. This is Kim from Dorothy's Daughter. How are y'all today? I don't know what's on your sewing table or what kind of weekend you had. Hopefully you can hear okay. We had a fabulous weekend. Yesterday we spent the afternoon swimming with our children and grandchildren at my sister-in-law's house. I got to see my whole six-pack. It was fantastic. And today it's been a gorgeous day outside, but I'm paying for being outside with my allergies yesterday, so I kind of have stayed in today. So how are you guys doing? What kind of weekend did you have? Did you sew anything special for your hubby? And what are you working on today? Hi, Patricia. Hi, Joey. I do too. Last week when we didn't have it, I really missed hanging out with you guys a lot. For me, this part of this channel, what makes it fun is the people. So I really missed hanging out with you guys. Hi, Pamela. Oh, good. Well, welcome. I'm glad you're able to catch us this time. Hi, Chris. Good to see you too. Hopefully, we probably won't have as many people as we usually do on Sunday, but hopefully people will be able to join us. I apologize. I don't even have very much makeup on today or anything because, you know, it's just Monday. So I apologize for that in advance. Yeah, we actually decided not to do it because of Father's Day yesterday. So we decided to do it today. Hi, Dolores. Good to see you again. Sewing a button on the top I just finished. I just finished hemming one for a video that I'm going to film tomorrow. I don't know if y'all have seen that Slow Sunday dress and top from Ellie Mac. I'm actually sewing 3 versions of that. Hopefully, Lord willing and the creek don't rise, I'm going to have a video on probably sometime tomorrow evening with 3 different versions to show you how flexible that pattern is, because it really, really is. And a lot of people have been asking to see how I put cups in a shelf bra. So I thought, even though I've shown it actually in another video, I thought maybe I would show it again in one version of that top. So that's coming tomorrow. Hi, Kay. You did a Melody Dolman. Fun. I love that pattern. I should make more of them. I really only have ever made one, and I keep saying I want to lengthen that into a summer robe. I just think it would make a great robe as well. Sewing an apron for your Etsy shop. Do you find that you do really well on Etsy, Lisa? It's something that, you know, I got a channel all together, and I don't know, it just kind of flopped. I spent 19 years photographing weddings and having to develop products, and I just don't know if I want to be keyholed into that again, you know. This is just sharing me, so it's easy. I mean, it's hard work, but it's a lot easier than having to have a product ready for a consumer to buy or whatever, or getting orders out and that kind of thing, because it, especially like at the holidays, I'd have to get all these photo orders together and make sure everybody else had their Christmas, and then I wouldn't get my own kids done. So I like this. This is really nice. I'm not doing it now just because of my injury. I really can't handle walking on uneven surfaces, so that kind of precludes doing pictures at the park or anything like that. Hi, nice to see you, Zena from Baltimore. Hi, Joey. Thank you so much. You're working. Are you at work? Are we corrupting you? I guess that's okay. Hi, Sarah. Good to see you. Actually, I think I was a few minutes late too, Sarah, so don't feel bad. Hi, Linda. Good to see you. This is just a, as far as the dress form, this is a prim, you know, or just dritz. I think prim is another name for dritz. And all it is, all I did was, pad her up. So, you know, and then I used one of my bras as well and padded it to my size. And then this cover I got on Amazon. So they don't have the pink anymore. They only have like black and white. And honestly, I think I might get a white one just because, you know, this pink doesn't go with everything I put on it. And if I want to display something on there, sometimes I like to put fun stuff on there when I'm doing videos. And a lot of stuff really clashes with this pink. So I might, you might find me with a new cover. This little thing here was given to me by in a sewing swap. We were sewing, sending little swap gifts, and I think her name is Skater Bean on Instagram. She cross-stitched or embroidered this for me, and I just put it on my mannequin, and I see it every day. It says Hope. It's really cool. So I like that. I think so too, Diane. Thank you so much. Hi, Jane. You made your first Sunday romper. Oh, I wore mine yesterday again, the short version. It was so fun to just throw over a bathing suit. Easy, easy, easy. I loved it. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Ramona. Hi, Rhonda. Cutting out, oh, Allegras. I love that pattern too. I learned not very many patterns I don't love eventually. I mean, sometimes I don't like them in the beginning until I get them to fit right, and then I love them. Hi, Kathy. You're having the same weather as me if you're in Indiana. It's gorgeous. Is it gorgeous where you are? Because we were supposed to have like a total rain out yesterday, and it was just, it was overcast, but it was just a perfect day. And finally it did rain, but not until like 11 or something at night. I make a little help to support my sewing habit. Yeah, that's kind of what this is about. Yeah, this is, you know, you don't make a lot of money on YouTube unless you're one of the huge channels, you know, but it's enough to give me some fabric and, you know, that kind of thing. And it's nice you can buy the toys and not, you know, and you feel like you're just helping your channel. So that makes it good. Little did I know that my husband was going to gift that amazing machine to me. So now I need a new table because it's bigger. So I ordered, I got my YouTube payment today. So I had finally enough in there. So I went ahead and I ordered a new sewing table. And then I'm going to move the table that I have. I have my machine and a serger on the same table. I'm going to actually move that table to another spot in the room and put my serger and cover stitch on that. So it'll be like a whole line of machines across this one side of my room. But it'll be really functional for me. But I just feel like that S7 is massive. It's really big. And I just feel like it needs a little more space. I don't hardly have anything off to the side to, you know, I sometimes have to hold stuff up on my lap, you know, so it doesn't drag down. So that'll solve that problem. Good thing I don't quilt, or that would be impossible. Yes, it's beautiful. Yeah, it is gorgeous weather right now. Hi, Joan from Oregon State. because there's Oregon City right here. I think you mean state. Um, yeah, we're from all over the place, and I think Ingrid goes into surgery. I don't think she'll be with us today because I think she's having her hip replaced. She said on the Facebook group, and so we definitely want to keep her in our prayers and thoughts today. I think she said it would be like 1 o'clock our time or something that she'd be having that surgery. So she's having her hip replaced, and we definitely want to keep her in our good thoughts and prayers. So, what are you guys up to this week? Let's see. Video wise, this week I'm going to do this Slow Sunday dress and top. I'm doing 2 tops and 1 dress. And then I'm playing a bit with my serger. I got the new serger, and I can never get my older serger to do ruffle, to do gathering. It just wouldn't. So I thought, well, I'm going to try on the new one, and it gathers beautifully. So I'm playing a little bit with some gathers to accentuate the one pattern that I'm working on. So I'm anxious to show you guys that. And then, of course, we'll be doing the back side of the pant fitting. And it was funny because I was talking with a friend, and they said, so many videos, I just want the pants to be done already. And I understand, and I just want to apologize if that's how you feel. It isn't that I'm not trying to drag it out to do more videos. I just want to give people chunks of information, because I don't want you to just memorize a technique. I kind of want you to understand why. And I feel like smaller chunks are better. And then that way, if you need to go back and refer to it, you know which one to go to. You don't have to sort through an hour-long video to find just that one thing that you need. So trying to develop like a long-lasting resource. Not necessarily that it's going to get all these great views right now, but it'll be a resource that everybody can go back to. Because when people ask me questions, if I've already done a video on it, I tend to just be able to point them back to the video that I did before. So, and some things are worth repeating for sure. But I'm trying to build an evergreen resource for us. And so that's why I do take some things in chunks. So I apologize for that if you're getting impatient. Please be patient with me, because then we'll have a resource that'll be there forever. Good. Thank you, Ramona. Hi, from France. Nice to see you, Linda. Wow. I wish I was in France. Is it beautiful? I've always wanted to go. I've never been to Europe. And my husband and I just have said, for so long that we really want to do that. We have friends who are missionaries in Prague. And so one of these days we're going to go and visit them and maybe do a little short-term mission project with them or something. And then go to France. And of course, being the Beatles fan that I am, I have to go to the UK. No doubt about it. I need to walk on Abbey Road. That is like a bucket list thing for me. And so many people that I know over there now through sewing that I'd love to say hey to. And yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. Good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thank you, Patricia. How to know if we need a curvier back waistband or the regular one. Yeah, that's... Honestly, I don't know that there's a set rule, but if your waistbands tend to gape on you, that's when I would choose it. If you have a sway back, definitely. But because that sits at mid-rise or high hip, it's not going to be straight up like if it was just a waistband. So I feel like most people would do better with a curvier waistband unless you're straight up and down. So if you're have an hourglass or a pear, that's when you would definitely want to use that curvier waistband. Thank you, Teresa. I appreciate that. Hi, Stacy. Nice to see you from Charleston, West Virginia. I am having a good day, real good day. Let's see. You must have missed the news of the new machine. Oh, thank you. Yes, Janome S7. It is fantastic. So what happened is I saved money from my YouTube to buy the new serger because I was really tired of the threading, the old Janome. It's a wonderful machine, but it would just be, it's a bear to thread. There's nothing easy threading about that model at all. It was only like, I think we bought it at Hancock Fabrics, and it was like a $300 serger. So it was not, you know, it. Let's put it this way, I pushed it to the limit that it could do. So I've been eyeing them, and I've been saving for months for the air threaded serger. And I was between the Janome and the Juki, and I read some reviews, and really, I guess the air threading, that Juki is the one who like perfected that technology. So I got the Juki serger. While I was in the store, I was talking to Tom, the owner of the store, and he was showing me the S7, and I said, yeah, that's what I want next. I don't know if you've noticed in my demonstrations, but my presser foot won't stay up on my magnolia. It's been a great machine, don't get me wrong. I love that machine. But I needs to go in for service. And I told him I was going to be bringing that in. And he was showing me the S7. And I was drooling over it and thinking, oh, I just wish there was some way I could get that sooner. And lo and behold, I went home and my husband had a huge bonus in the mail from his job. And so he lovingly told me to go back on Monday and buy the S7. So I am thrilled beyond belief. I still can't believe it's mine. I've been playing with it. It is a fantastic machine, as any Janome is. But it's got, I love the knee things, so that when you have to work with your hands in places where it's tricky, you actually can use the knee to do the presser foot lifting, so you actually have both hands to do, which is like the total opposite of what I was having to do, because my dumb presser foot wouldn't even stay up. I had to hold it up and turn, and I could do it, but it was getting really difficult. So, it's an easy fix. He just has to replace that lever, which I'm going to have him do. Because when my granddaughters come, they're still going to sew on the magnolia, because I think you need to earn a right. You know, you need to earn a little sewing cred before you can sew on an S7. And I also, you know, there's so many things that can be, you know, that they wouldn't understand on the settings right away. So I kind of want them to just sew with the magnolia. And they've been using it, and they know that machine. So, so I'm not going to get rid of it, but I'm loving this so much, and I'm just thrilled and grateful beyond belief. Ah, yes, Zinc's road trip. Yeah, as soon as everything's reopened, I'm going. We always go Labor Day weekend, so we're hoping that Labor Day weekend will be COVID-free, or, you know, not closed down. I think they're only selling on their website right now. But yeah, soon, definitely. We always go to Angola and stay for 2 nights, and we go to Zinc's and Sweetwater, and then we just hang out at the lake. So it's a really nice weekend. We do that every Labor Day weekend. So Sweetwater music is like a musician's mecca. So my husband and I really love that too. They have every keyboard, every guitar, everything. So I think that he's really anxious to go, because he think he's got a bit of that bonus put aside for a new guitar too. So we'll see what happens. I miss Hancock too. We had one like a mile from my house, and they closed it. Gotta catch up here. Your English living in France. Thank you so much, Angela. Nice to see you on here. Thank you, Pamela. I hope, you know, I hope that people understand why I'm taking it slow. It's not, I don't mean to talk to people like down to people or anything. And I know I probably teach things that you guys all already know. But there may be someday. I always think of, you know, like someday when I'm gone and my grandkids want to learn a new technique in sewing, you know, would they be able to watch that and learn it? So that's what I always have in my mind, so that there's some newbie that's never done that before. So I'm just trying to build this resource for people, because sewing is on the upswing. I think sewing masks got people to buy machines, and now they don't know what to do with them. So I think that we're in a really good place to teach people how to sew right now. So that makes me excited. Thank you. I'm gonna review these, but I want to use them a little more before I, um, can show you all the ins and outs about them. I have nothing but good to say about both of them so far. I haven't run into anything that I don't like about them, so I'm very excited. Hi, Marilyn. Nice to see you. Hey, that would be fun. We'll meet up, Angela. I'd love that. Yes, I will, Diane. Definitely. Oh, you have the same one thing with your magnolia? Wow. Yeah, I think it's just something that happens to a lot of machines. And I have another machine, but it doesn't have anything electronic on it. So there's a lot of time savers that just aren't there. Always could have just gotten that out, but, I like the time savers. Thank you so much, Sina. And I could probably learn a lot from you about bags. I have done several, but we'll be doing some more, I think. I have a lot to learn about bags, but I want to do the necessary clutch wallet and hopefully do a video on that as well. I love those, and I bought the pattern and I bought fabric to do it, and I just, other things just keep getting in the way. Oh, another one I'm going to do pretty soon. I'm making a dogwood apron from Helen's Closet for all my sewing tools, because now that I have a bigger space with different machines, I'm always like leaving my scissors at the other one, so I figured if I had one of those aprons, I could have it all right on me all the time. So I'm making one of those for myself, and then I'm probably going to make one for my son-in-law, who is he's a repair technician for veterinary equipment, and he does a lot of installs and stuff, so he's always got tools that he has to have. And I showed it to my daughter, and she said, oh, he would love that, and his birthday is July 7th, so I think I'm going to make him one as well. Oh, let's see, catch up. Well, thank you so much, Kathy. That's good to know. Hi, Teresa. Yeah, there's hardly any fabric at Walmart either. I was just there the other day, and I have not been out. The other day I went into Walmart for the first time. I didn't even know how to act. My husband was telling me how to, they have, the places where you have to wait and all that. I was clueless, so I haven't been anywhere. I just went to Costco the other day, and then I went to Walmart, and that's it. I haven't really been anywhere. Yeah, me too, Chris. I love them, but I don't know if I do a great job on bags, but I'm learning. Suggestions for a first pattern. I think just a skirt. That's what I did with my granddaughters. I just did it like a straight skirt with a gathered waistband first, and then we did a pillowcase, and now we're doing the laundry day tee. So I just taught her the basics of how to read a pattern with the straight skirt, and the grain lines and all those things. But I don't want her to be afraid of knits, so we're doing the laundry day tee now, and teaching her all about how to sew with knits, because I think that if you learn that all the time and never, you just won't think twice about that. And there's so many people who are intimidated by knits, and that was beyond me, because I learned sewing knits, so and that they've never intimidated me, so that's what I want for them, I think. So I wouldn't wait too long before you start letting her do some knits, and pillowcases are really good, and because you can do seam finishing, and you can even do French seams on a pillowcase. They look really nice. And then the straight skirt, you can teach her how to press and fit, measure herself, and all those things. So that's a really good basic thing. Old snap bag. 5'11". If I only could have half, maybe we could meet in the middle. I'm 5'2", and I'm shrinking all the time. I don't even think I'm 5'2" anymore. My weight, my inseam is only 25, um, and I used to be able to wear heels, and I can't even wear heels anymore. So my legs are short. That's just how it is. No thread at Walmart either. Wow. That would be good. I know Sean from Kittenish Behavior did a really nice necessary clutch sew along if you don't want to wait. I watched hers, and that's what made me really want to do that. So I may, or I don't want to take her viewers away from hers, so I may do a sew along, like referring to her or something, because I don't want to, you know, do that. But maybe it's been long enough ago that an updated one would be good too. Yeah, I was in actually the same day that I went to Walmart. I was in Joann's to pick something up, and I was sort of surprised. They really are threat. They don't have anything. They're sold out of everything. You'll have to share, Stacy, her progress on learning. That would be cool to see. Simple duffel bag. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, you could go down, sort of give her a sampling between doing like craft things and garments. And craft things are sometimes a little bit easier because you don't have to worry about fit, especially if she wants to sew like Christmas gifts or something. Um, Christmas gifts, like that infinity scarf with a zipper from Patterns for Pirates. I don't know if y'all have seen that. I haven't made one yet, but you can, and then people can put their change and stuff in there. What a great, I bet you that would be super simple for her. And then by then maybe she'd be ready to do a zipper insertion. And then that would be great to make for grandmas and stuff like that. I want one. I'm going to make one for myself. See, names tank pattern makers from top 10. Joyce. Okay. You want to know the names? Most of them were Love Notions or Ellie and Mac. And those are my two favorites. So they're what I gravitate toward. Not that I don't sew other things, but they just fit me really well, and I just tend to gravitate toward those. Chris says, I bought some thread on Etsy because I could not find any near me. Yeah, I ordered from Wowak some serger cones, and they were cheap. They were only $1.99 for the maxi lock, the big ones. That was amazing because I think they're like $3 or $4 at Joann's. So, yeah, a shift dress would be really good because if she's 9, she probably doesn't have to worry about darts yet. So, and that would also be a really good. I think that's where I sewed my first zipper in the back of a shift dress when I was little. So. You're not late, Dad. It's fine. It's an open house. Nobody's ever late. Your t-shirt necklines, the biggest thing is don't stretch them at all when you're sewing them. There's a tendency to, when you're stretching the neckband, to want to stretch the whole thing. Try to keep the neckline itself not stretched and only stretch the band, and that will help a lot, I think, from it getting stretched out. A lot of it could just be fabric too. If you use a fabric that has a good recovery, I like 95.5 cotton spandex a lot for t-shirts. That's probably my favorite. Double brush poly, but the polyester can sometimes be hot. So you have to, it doesn't bother me, but if you're a person that gets hot a lot, you might not want to do that in the summer. Alright. You know, the best serger thread for me is whatever works that's on sale and isn't, as long as it's a brand name. I've heard people say that Sherlock wasn't good from Joann's, the Coates and Clark one. I've had really good luck with that. And I've had great luck with Maxi Lock too. I suppose those two brands, any of, I think the name brand ones would be okay. I would steer away from, you know, the like off-brand ones, because that could be fuzzy and get a lot of lint in your machine or whatever. But of the name brand ones, I don't think, I had one roll, I can't even remember what brand it was, where the thread just ended in the middle of the row, causing me to have to rethread the beast. So I wasn't happy about that, but I can't even remember what, just realized my microphone wasn't pointing here. I can't even remember what brand name that was, but it's never happened again, so it must have been just an anomaly thing. Kim, you all offer special little tricks and tips. Then it's each YouTube teacher offers special things that linger on our minds. I watch everybody too. I learn from every single one of us. You know, I just want to sew the best that I can, and I don't think you get to a point and then you don't learn anymore. You know, I learn from Whitney all the time. I learn from Karina all the time. I learn from, you know, just everyone, because everybody has a different take on what to do, and everybody has their tips and stuff. So I love watching people. I'll watch, if any of you guys are on YouTube, please let me know so I can watch and then maybe even give you a shout out. Heidi, hi. Yeah, that would be good this time of year, a little elastic waist shorts. How do you watch the pants videos? They're on our channel. So if you go to the Dorothy's Daughter channel page, there should be a tab that says videos, and you should be able to go back. You know, we've been doing this for about probably 3 or 4 weeks. So if you go back a little ways, there's also a playlist called Fitting Tutorials that I've put them all in there. So that would be a quick way to get to them. There's also a tab called Playlist, and if you went to Fitting Tutorials, you would see the pants fitting videos. But the clear elastic is so worth it. Like yesterday, you know, everybody's waiting in line for the bathroom at the pool, right? So you're trying to hurry up. And if I didn't have that elastic, I'd have been so worried about stretching out my neckline. But, you know, it just popped right back on, no problem at all. I really like that tip a lot. No problem. Let's see, easiest way to work on stretch Terry. I think that would just be like any other knit. You might want to keep your serger or sewing machine kind of cleaned out, because it does, French terry will cause a lot of little debris, so you want to make sure that doesn't clog up your machine. But otherwise, that's nothing really special except just what you would ordinarily do with knits. In fact, it might be a little easier than some knits because it's got some beef to it, you know, and the sewing machine has something to grab. So some knits are really thin, and, you know, they can be munched on by sewing machines if you're not careful. Let's see. Cousin in Florida, been a lifelong professional seamstress. A room full of 20 industrial sewing machines and can't bring herself to part with any of them. Oh my goodness, that has to be a huge room. I couldn't even fit one in here, I don't think. I like that idea, Rachel. Let me go find Rachel because I missed that idea. Ah, I missed something. Try really hard not to. Oh, the wet elastic waist shorts. Yes, I like that too. Linda, are you going to make the shelf bra in the Summer Basics tank? I'd like to try it. I could if you want, but I'm going to do the one in the Slow Sunday dress by Ellie Mac in this video that I'm working on that probably will come out sometime tomorrow. And I'm going to film and it's a racer back. So I was going to do the racer back with a shelf bra and show you this shelf bra and then show you also how I put cups in one because it's super easy. And to me, it's a difference between being able to wear it or not. Some people can get away with a shelf bra. My family, not so much. Just, yeah, you wouldn't want, does not look good on me. So I always have to have cups, and it's super easy. So I was just going to show you how to put the cups in, and then the same techniques would be, I think, the same on the Summer Basics tank. But if you still want me to do it after that, I can do that too. I'm always open to your suggestions. That's what I want this channel to be about. You know, that's one of the reasons I like to have these live sessions so that I can find out what it is you guys really need so that I can address that. If you have to make an adjustment for a round back, would you have to do that for all patterns? I think that would depend on the pattern, but most likely the wovens would all be the same. You wouldn't probably have to do it on a raglan necessarily. You might just have to take in the backs, you know, this seam. Oh, here, let me show you on here. This seam right here, you could sort of take that in up here. But other than that, probably pretty close to the same, although it might not be as much. So I think that's true of any adjustment. You know, you have to go into it thinking that you might need to do it again on whatever that is. And once in a while, pleasantly surprised. I usually have to shorten my front rise on everything, and I was pleasantly surprised when I remeasured myself and didn't have to do that with the duets. So just depends. The Great Bra Sewing Bee. I don't know anything about it. Oh my goodness, I need to check that out. Tell me about it, Teresa. Or no, Heidi? Sorry. Heidi, tell me a little bit more about that. I would love to do that. Let's see. Should you lighten the pressure on the presser foot when sewing knits? You could, a little bit. You want to make sure that the feed dogs are still grabbing it, though. Better yet is to use a rolling foot or I hate walking feet, right? I've told you guys that before. But it's not because they're not effective. They are very effective if you like to use them. I cannot stand not being able to see really well because they're just so clunky. I don't feel like I can see where I'm stitching, and it might just be the combination. But I will tell you, my S7 has an AccuFeed system, so that foot, it's got like a little bit on the back of it like the walking feet, but not quite as much. And it does not impair your vision. The foot is completely clear, and there's not that clunky thing that goes up over the needle screw. So I've used that, and I really like it. So I mean, even feed is even better than less pressure, I think. Still thinking about registering. Yeah, I need to find out about that. I don't know how. I just didn't hear about that one. Missed hearing about your new machine. Oh, thank you so much. I'm going to actually do a review, but I want to use it a little longer before I report back on everything. I just love it. It's just so fun. Yeah, Linda, tomorrow I'm going to do a complete pattern review of that Slow Sunday, and it's the racer back dress and shirt, and it also has a really nice sleeved version, and they're all kind of a swing. Hang on, I've got one on a hanger over here. Besides the racer back, they also have this sort of swingy version with the sleeves, and this is a V-neck. It's really nice. I love this pattern. It kind of hugs you in the right places and then goes out. I like it a lot. So I'm going to be doing a whole pattern review on that tomorrow. And it's really neat because it's so versatile. There's the racer back and that, and I made a little black dress and a racer back tank. So what pattern can you do both of those things with? So I think that's pretty cool. I got the MO1000 Juki. Love it. Just love it. Let's see. Bra Maker's Supply. Yeah, I took that ladies bathing suit class on Craftsy. I probably should go download that because pretty soon we're not going to be able to do that anymore. It's Blueprints closing, so. But I did buy that course, so I should probably go download that. Yeah, I've heard thefts are really nice. My daughter has one. We bought her one for her. I think it was her 21st birthday. Yeah, she doesn't use it very much, but it is a really nice machine. Is the rise naturally lower? Yeah, it sits at your high hip. I don't know of any that are high rise with hers. Itch to Stitch has some high rise pants. Yeah, I don't think any of the Love Notions pants are a high rise. Seamwork has some high rise pants as well. Oh, built-in dual feed. Oh, that's awesome. Then the newer ones, or did the older ones have it? Because hers is, well, she's 36 now, so it's probably, 15 years old or so. I print my PDF patterns on my printer at home. I've gone the gamut. I have never ordered them. I cannot see spending another $7 or $8 when the pattern's already $9. And I might have to print it out again and make changes. So I save paper, and if it's been printed on one side and I don't need it anymore and it doesn't have any personal information on it or anything, I put those in my printer up here and I use the other side of them. I also just bought that EcoTank printer, which they're bottles of ink instead of a cartridge, and it supposedly should last a year, the ink, so that should help a lot. My daughter has one. She homeschools, and she printed out 3,000 pages of books for her kids because the curriculum she uses is all PDF, and she's not even half down the tank. So she had high praises of that. So printing patterns uses a lot of ink. I didn't think it would, but yeah, I was running out all the time. So before buying another set of cartridges, I opted to, and it's not expensive. Costco had it on sale. I don't know if they still do, but Costco had it on sale with 2 extra big black ink bottles for $2.70 or $2.60. It's a pretty good deal. So I like it a lot. Let's see. Does anybody remember Stretch and Sew? I do. I have all the patterns. That's where my mom and I went to Stretch and Sew when I was a young mom myself. We both, I grew up sewing with her, and she came to visit me in Texas. We lived in Texas at the time, and we went to a little store in Houston and took the Stretch and Sew classes, and it was so much fun. And I am not intimidated by knits because they have just the best system of, they just had a really good way of making you not afraid of them. They did have great fabrics, and they had that great, remember the Do So that you could trace patterns on? It was such a nice weight, and it never ripped. I found some of that in my mom's stuff, and I'm like, this is like gold, because I don't think you can even buy it anymore, but it's wonderful. I'm thinking about doing the projector. The problem is I have a ceiling fan, and I'm not sure how I would set that up in here without the ceiling fan. And because of the way that our heating and cooling is, I need that fan in here. So I don't know how I would do it. So I might just think about that. But I actually already have a projector from my photography business. So I have a really nice Epson projector. If I wanted to mount it, I could probably do that, but I just haven't done it. I don't mind sticking PDFs together at all. I hate wasting the paper, and that's why I save paper that's already been printed on. We're musicians, so a lot of my patterns have music notation on the back of them, because and we're paperless with our music now. We use iPads, so but once in a while we'll print it out just to hash something out, or I write music, and so sometimes I'll print them out to work on it and that. So a lot of my patterns have music on the back. Wow. Yep, I do too, Joyce. I was just looking at them. And I guess a couple chats ago we were talking about all my vintage patterns. And I am going to do I think a live chat where I bring out my vintage patterns. There's hundreds of them, and I have almost every pattern I've ever sewn. I don't really want to get rid of them, and some of them are uncut. I found an uncut pattern from 1950 in my mother-in-law's stuff, and it's in pristine shape. And I thought, I might frame that. I mean, it's just beautiful, so vintage. But I don't know if I should sell some of them. They really are taking over my house, though, so I should do something. Yeah, I think, Pamela, I think that has the same technology as this EcoTank printer. Yeah, my daughter swears by it. I actually just got it the other day, so I don't have any reference point except my daughter's, and she said, I can't believe it. She printed, her curriculum just comes PDF, and she printed it about 500 pages per book, and she has 4 kids, and that's just, there was a couple each kid, so she said she printed about 3,000 pages, and it's not even down to halfway, so that's pretty amazing. I do have those swimsuit patterns too. I made them back in the day, but my shape is a little different than it was then. I'd have to redo them. I don't know where PDF plotting is. Love Notions, I think that's who they recommend. If anybody's had experience with them, please let us know. Yeah, that's what I had. I had an HP, and they lasted about a month. Especially when you're doing pattern testing, and then you're gonna make the next version, and I was printing out those patterns like probably 3 or 4 times by the time they got to the final. I wouldn't have had to do that, but I wanted to, contribute to the conversation. And yeah, I ended up printing them a lot. So I just used I did, I think, 2 or 3 pattern tests for Love Notions, and then I didn't have any ink. So I was like, well, I probably ought to invest in the same one my daughter has after she told me about that. I will see if I can put it in our, I might have done it already actually, my Amazon storefront. Can't talk today. I'm an Amazon influencer. So if you go to any of my videos, I have a link, any of the later videos that is, I have a link to my Amazon shop. And I have a couple different categories there. One is as seen in recent videos, where I have like the flexible ruler and all that kind of stuff that we've been using. And I think there's one for machines or for the sewing room. I think I put that printer in there, but if I didn't, I will add it. But check it out, because anything that you use that link for, even if you just use that link to enter Amazon and then go off and buy something not related, it helps our channel. It's not very much, but every little bit helps, and that's how I keep the channel going. So far, I have not done Patreon, or because I really would just like everything to be accessible to everyone if I can keep it that way, and just do the affiliate things. At first I was really scared to say, hey, use my affiliate link, and then I realized that it's what keeps YouTube free, and it's what keeps me able to do it, because without a little bit back, I wouldn't be able to do it. So, because there is some equipment and some, things involved in it. So, yeah, enough on that. Sorry, didn't mean to get off on a tangent. But if you want to help the channel, that's one way you can. Use that link to go to Amazon, and it will, I think the link stays active for 48 hours or something like that. So if you go to Amazon to look at something through my shop and then go back and buy dog food later, we'll get credit for it. So it's nice. Let's see. My husband is an engineer, and he prints architect drawings, and I could have them printed there, but we're both a little nervous about how that would look, especially since he's in management, and then, if he can do it, then why can't somebody else? So we decided that we would not do that, but he does have access to that. Yeah, I think Whitney did do a tutorial on that, actually, now that you say that. I do have Ko-Fi. I haven't pushed it yet. I guess I feel a little funny about it, but I do have Ko-Fi. I will put a link in the description of this video. I probably should, put that more front and center than I have. It's a little weird, when you're not used to sharing those kind of things, but everybody does, because we have to. Otherwise we couldn't keep YouTube free. So, Epson is the best. It's a short throw, don't need to hang high. Not sure what you mean by that. Local printers charge way too much. $7. Yeah, that's what I was. That's why I, if the pattern is already $12 or something, where sometimes I hardly ever pay full price for a pattern because I wait for the sales. But then you add, 2 big pages, and then you add the tracing paper, because now you've got those, and you're not going to tape them, or you're not going to cut them, so because you want to have it in the future, so you've got to trace it. And then, so you almost have as much work taping them together as you do tracing them. So I did that for a while, not the sending it away, but I was tracing every pattern. And now I just print them on paper and, cut where I need to cut for that one. And if I change my mind or print it for somebody else, then I will just print it again. Now on the kids' patterns, because I have 6 grandchildren who are all different sizes, I will print them once and use the tracing paper. That's primarily how, because I'll save that, because if it, she's in, one is in a size 7 right now. Well, this one that's in 2T now is going to be in a 7 eventually. So I, end up with lots of different sizes of the kids' patterns, but I just use tracing paper for those. Aw, thank you, Dot. Well, I will put the link to my Ko-Fi. I set it up, and I think I mentioned it one time, and I just felt so weird about it. So I'll put it in the link, and maybe I'll start saying it just so in case anybody wants to. But please know it's never expected. Always appreciated, never expected. I have heard good things about staples too. I just don't know very much about sending them out because I've never done it. Oh, I'll put a link in Amazon to put in the influencer shop. I will put, I bought a box of medical tracing paper, 12 rolls, and it was dirt cheap. I mean, really cheap. Let me show you the weight of it. It's perfect. It's the rolls that come on, for medical exam tables, and it's perfect to trace through. Let me see. You can see right through it. Oh, yeah, kind of see that. But it's really nice, and it was really cheap, and I got a whole box of 12 rolls. So it was, I won't have to buy it for a super long time. One thing about me, I always try to find the most economical way of doing something. I don't like to spend money I don't need to spend. Oh, good. I'm glad. If you are enjoying thank you so much. I appreciate that, Kay. Yeah, you guys are the best. I am so beyond blessed by getting to know every one of you guys, and it's just been, I don't know, it just filled a hole, because I, had to stop my other business, and I loved my brides, but, I never had any bridezillas, really. I had some momzillas, but no bridezillas. But I could talk, a bride down off the wall pretty easily just by being calm. People give you back what you give them. If you're calm with them, they tend to respond calmly. And so on a wedding day, I would try to always be a sense of calm, even if I was like scared, or worried about something turning out all right. I would still stay calm, and then they would be. And but anyway, after I loved them so much, and then there was a hole in my life because I had to give that up because of my injury. So this has really filled that, really has filled a hole for me. So I really appreciate getting to know all of you guys. And these chats are just so fun, as long as you don't mind me rambling about things. Thank you very much, Dolores. So what are you sewing this week? We already talked about today, I guess. What are you sewing this week? Does anybody sew for dolls? I was just wondering. I love to sew for American Girl dolls too. I haven't really shown very much of that on the channel, but I love to make doll clothes for my granddaughters, and I made them each a Disney princess for Christmas. You can buy the dolls of any complexion at Michael's. They're really beautiful dolls, and by the time you use their coupon, they're like $10, maybe $12, somewhere in there. And then you can style the hair. I bought a red head and style the hair and everything, and made Ariel, and I bought a blonde and did the updo and everything, and made a Cinderella gown. And there's all those princess patterns are all on simplicity. So yeah, it's been a really fun thing to do that for my granddaughters and my nieces. And I think that my little granddaughter, Dottie, who's 3, I did do one for her, but not one to play with. I made her Dorothy when she was born from the Wizard of Oz, because the nursery was all decorated in Wizard of Oz. But she's not allowed to play with that one. So I want to make her one that she can play with, and she really loves Frozen. So I'm thinking I'm going to make her either Anna or Elsa. And she also loved the Aristocats. And I think that's so cool because, it's not one that I think of a lot, but it is a neat movie. Aw, that's cool. July 7th. What pattern are you making for your daughter, Rachel? I love making a companion outfit. Like when the girls were smaller, my older granddaughters now are getting kind of out of dolls. One of them is going to be 13, and another one's going to be 11. So they're getting a little old for them. But my 8-year-old granddaughter and, of course, my 3-year-old granddaughter, they are just, they're still very much into them. And I like making, like, the doll's outfit. When I make them a dress, I try to make one for their doll. And it's fun because you can I'll take, a basic doll dress, and then I'll sort of self-draft the companion to it, It's so fun. But some are available already, like, sorry about that. My daughter was calling and my phone was just buzzing. I'm actually recording with my phone, my iPhone, and it was just started making all kinds of noise. Not one I ever heard before, but it was my daughter trying to call, but I'll call her back later. All right. You're quilting. Awesome. I don't know. That's a good question. A site that you could check, though, for the zippers for doll clothes, check Pixie Fair. PIXIEFAIRE.com. You can go there, and they have a lot of patterns, but I think they have some supplies like that too. That's probably where I would look first. Nice to see you, Linda. Hope to see you next time. I used to make my own Barbie dresses. That's how I started sewing, actually, when I was little. And, they were atrocious looking, really, but I learned a lot. I had one of those little singers when I was a little girl. It was like this big, and it wasn't electronic. You had to crank it. So I would be pushing the fabric along and cranking it, and it worked. That's what I learned with when I was like 4 and 5. That's what I sewed on. If you know the intro to my videos, if you don't know that little girl is actually me sewing. I was 3 years old when I started to sew, and I was all hand sewing then. But yeah, my mom started me really early on sewing. So, but that actually is me in those pictures. Aw. Printed and taped. Ah, that's fun. I love Rhapsody. I'm probably going to make I'm not sure what, I want to make a woven short dress. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do, but I've been doing a lot of knits lately, and basically that's just because I like to wear knits. But I kind of miss sewing. I love sewing wovens too, though. And I want to do some on my new machine because obviously you use your sewing machine more on wovens than your serger, And so I want to give her a run through, see how she can handle. I probably ought to do a pair of jeans and see how she does. All right. Well, y'all, it's 4, and I probably need to find out why my daughter was trying to call me. And I will be probably out with a video sometime tomorrow evening, probably late, because I usually release them at night. By the time I'll get it sort of taped during the day and then do dinner and everything, and then after that, visiting with my husband for a while, and then I'll get it ready to get online. So it'll probably be tomorrow night before I get it online. Besides that, I'll have to make him take some photos before dinner so that I can put them in there. He's so used to taking my photos for me. He does a good job. He used to work for me at weddings. He would pinch hit, and that's the only time I ever got to be the boss of him. I always tell him that. So, yeah, it was nice catching up with all of you, and I will be seeing you on the Facebook group and in the videos, and thank you all so much. I'm beyond grateful for every one of you. So, take care. Have a good day.